and welcome to everybody on Cloud Fitness. So in today's video, we are going to see how we can generate and serve DBT documentation. So till now, what we have done is in each and every YAML file, we have mentioned a description of the column, the type of test we are performing on the column, even the name to each and every test cases. We have all given that. Now DBT is very helpful in documenting all of this for you. So today we are going to see how DBT serves these documentations to you. So let's move ahead, but before moving ahead, I do recommend all of you guys to connect with me on LinkedIn and as well as subscribe to my channel in case you haven't done so. So let's move ahead and I will open my DBT project that we have created. So if you see on the left hand side, for each YAML file, right, what we have done is for every name of the column, we have given the description of the column, what kind of test cases we are performing. So even if I go to my staging, models where I have created, products.yaml file where we have discussed all of these test cases, accepted values, the description part of it. So what different descriptions we have given, the naming to each and every test case that we have given. So all of this is very well documented by DBT. Now to do that, what we need to do is we need to compile the code first. We need to compile the documentation. So for that we have DBT docs generate command, and let me simply run this command. Okay, even before that, let me just go into my project cd and we will name my project 1. So this is the name of my project. So inside this project, we are actually going to run this command because we are generating the documents from that particular project, my project 1. So now you can see what it has started doing. It has started compiling all the test cases, checking and building the catalog. So now right now you see it has started building the catalog. Now you can actually see that the catalog is written to this particular location. So if you actually go to your target folder over here, there's something called as catalog.json. Now this catalog.json holds your documentation part, and then you have also something called as manifest.json, right? And then you also have something called as index.html, which is nothing. I'll come to index.html later, but I hope you understood that this catalog.json gets created when you actually compile your code. So you can actually see the type float 64. So this is having all the details of your project. Okay, how each and every column is what is the data type for each and every column, what is the metadata part of it, everything is stored in catalog.json file. Similarly, when you actually compile the code, even a manifest.json also gets created, which holds the details of the configuration on how one model is dependent on another, the dependency part of the model. The catalog.json was actually holding the details of your metadata, right? Here manifest.json holds a little higher level of detail where it tells you how our model is dependent or is referenced by a second model. So these files are actually used, these compiled files are actually used, and then after compiling this, we have another command which is dbt docs serve. Now this is actually going to create a site for you. Let me simply say dbt docs and serve. This is actually going to create a site for you. Now you can actually see it has opened up a site in itself where everything is whole documented on your local host 8080 port. Now if I go, this is your project, right? My project 1. Now if I go to anything, if I go to any of my model, if I go to any of my intermediate model over here, you can see it tells me the detail of my everything. You can see the row size, what is the size, and then description, and then the column level details, what are the tests, unique, not null, what tests I have performed, anything. all the details of my particular test, what are performed. Now these are the tests. Now it is referenced by which model, what tests have been performed. It depends on what other models, right? What is the source, what is the compiled code. So all of these details are actually mentioned in this particular doc itself. So it is a very detailed doc. You can go ahead, you can check this out in detail. It also tells you about the source. So if you can see, this is the source, right? So for whole of my project, this is the source. Now if I want to see the lineage graph, so you can see the lineage graph as well. Now how my orders have been generated, right? What all have been used. I have joined these two staging tables together to get this table and then finally get my orders. So like this, it gives you even the lineage graph. So this is the power of DBT documentation as well. And this is the command that I showed you, which is actually used DBT docs serve, DBT docs serve and DBT docs generate. So these two commands are actually very helpful. They will actually use your manifest and the catalog file, and it is going to create your own local host where you can actually see this particular documentation. So it is very helpful. So I hope you like this particular video. It was very helpful to you, and you guys can actually go ahead, and check this out. All of this we have created as part of our project. So the seed file, the order item file, the stage commerce orders file, the stage e-commerce products file. So all of this with the whole description, with all the tests that have been performed on it, the generic test, not null test, DBT expectation test, all of this is very well documented here. So thank you so much for being till here. Do remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and as well as, press the bell notification so that you get the latest updates as well. So thank you so much for being till here.